Hey girl, I just want to show you some things to help you out on this website. Once you get into it and you kind of look around, I think you'll really like it like I do. It's got some neat videos and it has great lessons, and the best thing about it is it also has tests at the end, and it even has discussion questions and everything the students do on here. This website records it, and then you can go in and you can see their grades and you can see exactly what's done. But I'll show you everything that I can think of today, and then if you ever have any questions, please get in touch with me. But it took me probably my first semester of teaching through here. It took me that whole semester to kind of get used to it, but then after that, I really liked using it. But go to the website I gave you in the email, and then you just click to log in. And if you use my code and everything, it's going to take you to this page, and then if you click on classrooms, you'll see the spring 2014 that I just set up. And when you click it, the good thing about it is it's going to have already all of these lessons under here. Now, if you want to make your own account, I completely understand, and you can do that, but you'll just have to add all these lessons, which is not hard to do at all. Like, let's say you did make your own account, and what would happen then is you would click on whatever you named it, and this right here would be empty, and you would just click here. It says add course or video, and it brings up everything that this website offers for the students, and then you just click on it, and it's going to, like this, right there is going to say add to classroom. It says delete now because I already have it on mine, but it's going to say add to classroom, and you just click that green button, and then it'll start showing over here. And what shows over here is everything that the students will be able to access when they log in. So after you have all the courses, what you'll want to do is add the students. And you just click right here on this plus, and you do the student's first name and last name. And you can even, if you want to add all, I don't know how many you have, but add all of them at one time, you just do that. You type in their first name and their last name, and then you click add students. And I already added a test student here just to show you when you have a student, what it then does is it gives a student code and a password to these kids. And as far as I know, they're not allowed to change their username or their password, which kind of sucks because nobody's really going to memorize this, but you just have to stress to them over and over, especially the first time you send them the email with their student code and password, that they need to keep that email, or they need to write that down and stick it on their computer. Just put it somewhere where they're going to know where it is, because we use it, like right now they're going to use it in chapters, I can't even remember now. I think 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then they're going to use it again like later on in 7, and then we might not use it for a few chapters, and then they use it again. So they really need to keep it. But you'll always have access to it here too. So you're definitely, you're going to get the kids saying, "Oh, I forgot my student code and password." But what I always do is I just highlight it and copy it, and then send it to them in an email so they have it. I also, once I have all the kids, this is just to save me time because you are going to get questions, is I'll print the whole thing, and or I've made like an Excel spreadsheet with all the usernames and passwords before. Just that way I have it in a couple different places. So if I don't want to log into this site, I can I can get to it. So I logged in as the test student, and I just pretended to do this first lesson here. Now these lessons aren't in order. You'll see they're in alphabetical order, but they're not in order in the class. So like the first lessons they're actually going to do in the class are on supply and demand. So you'd have to scroll down to there. But you click on whatever lesson the kids were supposed to have done, and then you click student progress. And it's going to pull up a list of all of your students, and it's going to tell you how far they've gotten in that lesson, and their pre-test score and their post-test score. And for the pre-test score, you can change this if you want, but you'll need to change it on the directions. But I always gave them a 100 just for doing the pretest. I always did that in the classroom too. So just for attempting to answer the questions in the pretest, I gave them a 100. And then the post-test score, of course, I gave them the score that they made. But this is what you'll see for all of the students. And the progress bar is really good to have. Like the first lesson on supply and demand, they're actually going to do that one lesson over the next 3 weeks, with other things in the module there. And so you'll quickly learn that, okay, if they did that first lesson on demand, then they should be at about 30%. And then the next time they have to log in and do the second part, which is on demand, then they should be at about 60. And then when they do the entire thing, it'll say 100. But that progress bar always helps me. And then something else also that the kids, they have to do it, they have to click on every page within the lesson. And sometimes kids will go in and they'll do the pre-test and then they'll try to skip ahead to the post-test, and it won't let them in to take the post-test. And so if anybody ever emails you and says it won't let me take the test, then it's because they haven't clicked on all the pages. And you can even look and it will tell you, if you click on that kid's name, you see I clicked on every page. This one was really short. I clicked on every page, but sometimes it'll be a really long list of things, and you'll see that some of them, instead of saying complete, they just have a little dash. And so I just usually copy and paste this, and I send it to them in an email, and I say, these are the pages you didn't click on, because this is exactly the links that they see on the left side. And so then they know to go in and click on those pages and read through them and answer any questions on that page before going ahead. And that's why the test wasn't opening for them. And you can always go through and look at the courses on your own and the lessons by just hitting preview course, and it'll show you exactly what the kids see. And you can see all the little videos that are in it, all of the graphics and the questions and different things like that they have to answer. And this is the one on supply and demand. And like right now, I can click all the way here to course conclusion, and it'll show it to me. But if I'm a student and then I try to click post test, it won't let me. It'll let me now because I'm the teacher, but that won't be an option to click. So that's what I'm talking about them having to go through each thing in order. Sometimes the kids have trouble, and I do too on my computer. Like you see here, the page is so big, I can't scoot it up anymore, and I can't scroll down anymore. And I just tell them, answer the question, or, do whatever they need to do on that page. And then if you click the tab button, it'll scroll you down to the bottom. So that's probably one of the other questions that I get the most, is they'll be taking a pretest or a test, and they'll say, I can't scroll down to submit it because that window is so big. So just tell them to press that tab button, and they'll be able to scroll down. But you can go through it, like I said, on your own. You can look at it, and you can see, like, this one is really big. That's why it takes us, it takes so long to go through it. Like, this is just lesson 1, and it has all of these pages. And I tell them in the instructions they have to answer all of the knowledge check questions. And these are things that you can see on, when you log in and look at what they're doing. And that discussion board, I actually don't think I've ever had them do the discussion board here in the class here, because I always have discussions in the module. So they'll ask you, do we have to do a discussion board? And you can just tell them no, because usually it's basically the same question, but it's within the module on Canvas. And you can just go through it and see all the little videos and all the graphics and everything that it has. It's really good, and it's much better than anything, I could make for them to look at. But I'm trying to think of anything else that kind of threw me for a loop when I started using this, and I can't think of it now. But if you, if any of the kids ask you a question and you don't really know how to find it or anything, just ask me and I'll try to help you. Each year they change it a little bit, like the courses. So, feel free to go through and look at all the courses that they offer, because I was actually just looking at some, and they have a few new courses and a few new videos this year. You just hit that add course or video, and you can look through here. But there was especially videos. The video thing is kind of new, and like this, and this, I don't even know what that is. Those are all brand new. So, feel free to look through those, because each semester I changed up at least one, because they would have something new that I liked even better. Like this, I don't know what that is. That's new. So, feel free to look through those, and if you see something you like better, then you can easily switch it out. What I have on Canvas is a link that they click on, and it takes them to a page where they log in, and it takes them directly to the first page of the lesson, whatever lesson they're supposed to work on. So that's what they'll see when they click the link. They don't see all of these lessons listed or anything. They just see the login page, and as soon as they log in, it takes them to the first lesson of whatever, assignment they're supposed to do. And I just thought something else. First of all, students can see their own progress and stuff if they click to look at it. So, stress to them to do that. But I was, last semester, I remember there was a test, a lesson with a test later on in the semester that I think there was like 2 questions, and most kids got a 50 and got one question wrong. And a couple of them had emailed me asking me a question about it. And I looked into it, and the question was just really confusing, so I gave them all credit for that second question. So if that happens, just ask them what question number it was, because again, they can go in, like if I thought I got number 2 right and they had counted it wrong, then they could do just like I just did. They could go in and look at the post test, and this is what they'll see and everything. So, let them know that if they ever have a question about any of these test questions, to let you know, and that way you can look at it. And I remember it happening once last semester, and I think it happened once the semester before, and I can't remember if it was the same lesson or what, but there are a few where they're real short lessons, and the post test is like 2 or 3 questions, and so if they miss one, their grade drops a lot. And on that one, I remember the question was really confusing, and so I gave them points for it. Okay, I'll quit rambling on. Sorry. Hope this helps you out, and if I can help with anything, just let me know.